Hey, welcome back to the Too Fast channel. In today's tabletop review and unboxing, we are going to take a look at a firearm light made by Feyachi. This is the HL-20. This is a 1500 lumen light. It is available off of Amazon for $35.99. Definitely check out the description for the link, and if there's any discounts on this particular light. We are coming up on Amazon Prime Day, and there could be coupon codes, and if there is something, I will put it in the description. So Feyachi has three models of this particular light available. They have the 400 lumen, the 1000, and the 1500. In the background is the 400 lumen light. I bought that back in 2021. I've been using it since then. I needed another. Was going to buy another 400, but they've since added the 1000 and the 1500, so I picked up the 1500. The 1500 and the 1000 lumen HL-20 are both $35.99. The 400 lumen is actually $60, $60.99. So that made good sense to pick up the 1500 lumen light. So I've got more talking points, but let's get to those other talking points a little later. Let's go ahead and take a look at the light here. Feyachi's products always come well packaged. Most of the boxes are all black with some small amounts of logos and a little bit of writing on the back. The box is sufficient to provide adequate protection for whatever's in the box. So inside this one, we've got some rail keys and an Allen or hex key or a Torx key, a user manual, and a foam insert with the light, and 4 CR123A batteries. These are not rechargeable batteries. These are disposables. So that's pretty much what's in the box. And you can see that we don't have a lot of writing on the outside of the light. You have a little icon indicating that this gets extremely hot, which it does. A battery indicator. So on this side, it says the positive goes this direction. On this side, the positive goes that direction. This does not have a QR release. It's not a quick release. It has a standard screw on it. And you do have to remove the light from your firearm to replace the batteries. Also, this is a 2-mode only light. It is either constant on, which is right side down, or momentary, which is left side down. And that's it. So it's pretty straightforward. This is the rail key. The rail key is accessed via this, it looks like a Torx. With the included wrench, you can remove this bolt and the rail key will come out. It does come with 5 rail keys. You've got one for the Glock, one for the TSW-99, the 92, the P320, and the generic Picatinny 1913. It comes pre-installed with the Glock. More precise compatibility, you can look on the Amazon listing. It will tell you all the different firearms that those rail keys are compatible with. So this bolt right here is spring-loaded. So you can see this part moves because of the spring. Also, one nice feature is the bolt is actually captured. There is a little C-clip in there that holds the bolt in place. So if you loosen it too far, you don't lose it, which is good. I've got other Picatinny items, lights and lasers, and they have a little nut back there, and if you take the screw too far out, the nut falls and you end up losing it. So this is good that it's captured, so you won't have that problem. So to install the batteries, obviously you've got to take the light off of your firearm, and you pop that clip off, and this pops open. So it can be a little tricky to get this door back on with the batteries in there. We will demonstrate that right now. So we got the positive terminal here going out, and on this side we've got the positive going that way. So the best way to do this is, there's a little tab at the bottom, and you got to get that in there. Push it down, you got to hold it in place, and then push that tab down there. And so there is our constant on. You can see how bright that is. That is off, and that's momentary. So that is pretty much it. Let's talk about a little bit more of the specifications real quick. This weighs 8.8 ounces. It is 3.4 inches in diameter. It's 1.5 inches wide, and it's 1.5 inches in height. It is IPX5 waterproof rated. It is rated for a 1 meter drop. It's 1 meter drop resistance. I have not tested that because I've not dropped it. It uses 2 CR123A batteries. It comes with 4. They are disposable. The batteries that this come with are not rechargeable. You can use rechargeable CR123A batteries in this light. I do, but you still have to remove the light and remove the batteries to charge them. It does, I think that's pretty much all the talking points for right at the moment. There might be some more later on. Let's just take a look at the included accessories. So we have a wrench for removing the rail key. It comes with this little keychain thing, and I think it says Feyachi. This one is, I can't really very well read it. Or you could use it for tightening the bolt down, I guess. That would work too. Probably a better use for it. And you've got your rail keys, and then your user manual, and that's it. Alright, let's move this all out of the way. Let's move on and take a look at fitment. I happen to have a G19 built off of a polymer 80 lower right here. So we will test fit it on this. The best thing to do is to loosen that up, get it in place, and we kind of go in one side and just kind of rock it into place, and it snaps in. And then we tighten this down. I'll just kind of hand tighten this for now so it doesn't fall off while I'm trying to demo it. Alright, so obviously this is a G19 Generation 3 platform. I have a small hand, so I wear a size 7 glove. Now you can see on the G19 I can hit the switch with my trigger finger, although most of the training I've taken has trained me not to use that. It's more or less trained me to use my thumb on my offhand to manipulate the light or the laser. But I can easily do it. That's not a problem there. So this works out really good. You can see that it doesn't stick out that far from the muzzle. Now, one thing I should note, even though this has a 2-hour runtime with the CR123A batteries, you don't get 2 hours at 1500 lumens. I know a lot of people have asked me about that, and that's the nature of these high output LED lights. They get super hot. That's why it says hot right there, because this thing gets hot. Even the 400 lumen gets pretty hot. As they heat up, to keep them from burning up, they go into a not necessarily a thermal shutdown, but it will do a thermal step down, where the light output will decrease, so the light and the LED can cool. There's no fans or heat sinks or anything on the outside, so that's just the nature of these high output LEDs. Also, as the batteries decrease, the lumen output decreases. So after 2 hours, you're probably, I don't know what the light output is after 2 hours, but it's probably 100 to 200, somewhere in that range. It is still usable light after 2 hours, but it's not 1500 lumens. In a home self-defense scenario, even after 2 hours, you've still got plenty of light, and it is still usable. So that's just something I like to throw out there, because that isn't always clear in product descriptions, that's how they function. Anyway, like I said, I've been using the 400 lumen one for several years now. I have it, it normally sits on a rifle, and I really like it. So let's, there's not much else I can talk about this. See while I'm trying to take this off. Feyachi does list the illumination distance at 200 to 300 meters, which I guess if you're running this on a rifle, that could be valuable to you. I know on a pistol that's not very helpful. I've used this at the range on my G19. The range is a 25 yard range, and it throws light all the way down the range, so it's good enough for me. But if you have it on a rifle, obviously 200, 300 meters is more doable with a rifle. It's IPX 58 rated. Most of these have a O-ring on them. This does not appear to have an O-ring. So it's something I should point out. If it had an O-ring, I would expect to see an extra O-ring in the package. The aluminum this is made out of is rated as a aerospace aluminum, so I'm assuming it's probably a 6000 series given its price point. 7000 series would be way more expensive. Feyachi says that this is rated for 800 Gs of gravitational acceleration. So I guess if you're halo diving with it on your firearm, you'd be okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. For if you're concerned about if this will fit your particular firearm, you can look at a complete listing of all the different firearms it fits on the Amazon listing. And let's see, that's pretty much all the talking points. So while we're at this, let's go ahead and take a look at the 400 lumen version, which also carries the part number of HL-20. These lights are virtually identical. So it's one thing that take note of if you've got multiple ones like I do. You could easily get them mixed up. The only way you're going to tell is by looking at the light output. So you can see how these are basically very similar in their design, virtually identical in their design. Let's go ahead and put a couple batteries in the 400 lumen one. And I will tell you of the only difference I've noticed in between these two. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at these lights. Now I'll do a better side-by-side illumination comparison up in my home at night, and we can you can get a better idea of the difference in the light output. But the 400 lumen one and the 1500 lumen one, so you can see on camera there's a substantial difference. Also take note down here, the constant on for the 400 lumen is you press down the left side. The constant on for the 1500 lumen you press down on the right side. So that really is the only difference I could see between these two. Obviously, there's differences inside the unit, but on the outside, that's the only thing that I've noticed that's different. So that's basically the 400 lumen and the 1500 lumen Feyachi HL-20 firearm light. So let me transition up into my home, and we will take a look at the light output in a completely dark scenario. All right, I'm about 30 feet away from the door at the end of this hallway. So let's go ahead and take a look at these lights. This is the 1500 lumen light, and this is the 400 lumen. And we'll see if we can get a side by side. 400 lumen on the left, 1500 on the right. $1,500, $400. May not be showing up on camera, but it's very obvious the output difference to me looking at them. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this review of the Feyachi HL-20 1500 lumen light. Definitely check out the link in the description, and hopefully you can get a good deal on one of these.